No, there was construction or something over there.
Yeah.
It's real.
No, I don't think it is.
Listen, I appreciate the fact that you have an app.
Yeah.
But the map is not the territory. I think this is an incredible phrase.
There are 3 different ways to get to this office from your house.
There is an incredible. Listen.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't use the app. Somebody's phone doesn't know how to charge.
No, listen.
I know technology.
I remember my first phone.
I remember my first cell phone.
Now, obviously, we don't want a situation. Nobody wants to see mommy and daddy fight. You know what I mean? This is something that we can work this out, off stream, right? It doesn't have to come up again. Certainly during this program.
Damn right. I got a spatula. I know what to do with it.
What are you gonna do with it?
Serve. I know.
Serve a treat. I hope. I don't want to see what other dark purposes it can be put to. Now, we have a sacred intro by God, and we're going to undertake it. Hello. It is I, your internet friend, Jerford K. Horcrims, and however it came to be, you've fallen ass backwards into Twitch's brewing program, Acquisitions Intoxicated. What is the purpose of this noble endeavor? I'm glad you asked. It's to give you that which you already own, the art and science of brewing. Now, vital to this task is Eric J. Benson. Now, he's Acquisitions Intoxicated. I don't think so. You can do the show if I'm gone. It doesn't work the other way. If you're gone, I make coffee. I'll do a coffee episode, which I did have to do in the past. Now, but it's Eric J. Benson. But I know that a lot of you are like, well, I don't really. That name doesn't actually ring a bell. It's entirely possible that you know him by one of his other wicked monikers. For example, the notorious EJB, Azerbaijan, Edge Benson. Any one of these, it's all there. These all refer. Imagine them like symbolic links. They all refer to this man and his brewing acumen. Now, I don't see a grain sack, so there's probably not going to be
no brewing today.
Okay. We probably had to clean the pump. Is it like from Beckford? Yeah. You might have heard some loud beeping last time we tried to brew, and it's related to the pump. Or it's goopy inside.
Yeah, we got it. I ran.
They know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll all be set for next week.
Yeah. They know how to do it. But the great part about this is that fruits of a previous brewing endeavor have now ripened, and indeed they sit heavy upon the bow. Euphemistically, I have the Acquisitions Intoxicated glassware. We have the tap Bicentennial Ale. Now, if anyone in the chat remembers what Bicentennial Ale...
It's for the 200th episode. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, real cool, man.
Well, no.
200th episode, you couldn't even remember that? Jeez,
Well,
what am I, just a freaking number to you?
No.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's any comfort, you would be 200 in that circumstance.
I mean, I'm actually waiting for the day I turn 200, because then I could just be old and crotchety.
Well, we can do it. Honestly, this will be the first generation that
Mm-hmm.
makes it to 200. But
I'm not making it to 200. My body's a Taco Bell, not a temple.
We're run for the border. The border in this context is immortality.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at everything that's in here, because obviously we were engaging in some perversion. So this is, judging from the guts here, it's not just an IPA, but a black IPA.
Mm-hmm.
We have the chocolate malt, and then we have Special B, Victory, and Pale. So it's like a chocolate. This is like a chocolate biscuit.
Yeah.
It's like a sweet, rich caramel vibe with a farmhouse yeast.
Oh, yeah. Getting crazy.
This is pervert shit. But then a grip of Amarillo.
Yeah, totally.
At virtually flanking the malt, gaining +1/+1 thereby. That's for the 4th edition heads out there. So let's take a look. This is going to be a little bit darker than the stuff that we typically pull out of this thing. I don't know. That sure looks like a
beer,
a robust head. I'll tell you that much. Here.
We had 8, right?
6.
Okay.
We're at 10.
You're saying that, now hang on a second, I just want to make sure that I understand. You're saying that 6 is not the same as 8 or 10.
No, it's but you know what? 7, 8, 9. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's a classic, right? Here, now. Oh, boy. Farmhouse. What the What got into us about farmhouse?
I have no idea, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah, so basically that's going to offer up
Yeah, like
a saison,
yeah.
some mild tart
Yeah, totally.
in there. Usually, at least in my experience, farmhouse is sort of a thinner body. We shall see. I mean, you want to give that a sniff?
Mm-hmm.
God, it's strong. What the fuck did this come out to? Let's take a real
5.5.
5. Listen. God, it's really, really interesting. The smell. Let's see.
Ooh, that's nice.
Whoa!
Great carbonation goes.
Yeah, but also the temp is so nice.
Mm.
I mean, so the farmhouse basically offers the black IPA.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I think we might have figured out a hack. It offers the black IPA a lot of drinkability because, I mean, I think the reason that black IPAs aren't bigger is because there's a sort of odd interplay with a high level, with like high IBU.
Well, yeah, a ton of hops and then a ton of roasty character.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have done it on this program. Yeah. We have exceeded ourselves at every juncture. War Priest is very, very good, but it's also sort of about those two forces. The farmhouse. Here, you guys got to try this. Here, this is for Ghost. Let me put a little bit of this back here. What the farmhouse offers is an IPA that isn't really that hops are present and they're part of it, but the yeast did something to the flavor profile that makes it like really bright and refreshing. Don't hack.
I'm not.
Don't chop at the baked goods. This is clearly chopping.
This is just a love tap.
We're just bouncing on the cheese. All right.
I don't know if it's cheese. It looks like potato.
Is this a savory?
This is a cheesecake brownie
And voila.
Not potato.
that Eric made.
All right.
And it's gluten free.
Okay, it's gluten free, man. You don't got to be like a fucking vegan. Like everything.
That's interesting.
That's quite nice. I'm not sure I've ever had anything like that wasn't also bad. Right? Like, I think this is actually a new taste profile,
I like it.
but it's actually something we would take forward. The farmhouse is putting no, exactly. Even though this is the thing though. There's lots of hops in here, and it's a strong hop. But what's happening with the farmhouse is that the body has these strange, sort of like fruity, tangy character that actually plays with it, and then the roast character is just nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah, this is very, very good. Bicentennial Ale is one that you should look at the recipe for and make in a bucket at home. Would you drink more than one in a night? Here, let's see, Z.
More than one in a show.
Well, yeah, I mean, because remember, Z, or you might not have seen it. Also, it's great to see you, pal. We're sitting at 5.7. I mean, that's substantially under any IPA that you see on shelves. And in fact, it's starting to creep up. Now that's actually one of the things I look at when I go to get an IPA, just because they're starting to sneak it in. It's like, I like a 6, 6.5 up to 6.7 were okay, but now they're like 7.1. And it's like, no, I want to drink, I would like to have more than one of these. Is that possible? Can we do it that way?
Like the roast flavor is a lot more forward than the hops. Like you don't have a lot of
basically, I think that the farmhouse yeast just sort of juggled where things sit. It's like layers in Photoshop. It just juggled where the layers are inside of it, and it's resulted in something really, really unique, I think.
Yep.
What do you think, George? Ah!
Oh shit, that worked.
Pretty good.
It's kind of good, right? But it's kind of new.
I would never say that's an IPA.
Right? Even though all the guts of it
have the hop punch.
Yeah, exactly. The funny thing is like sometimes how alcohol can hide, like a high ABV can hide inside of a malt build. This has got the hops basically around the edge of the flavor profile.
Okay, so
it's got a nice coffee roasty taste.
Yeah, right? It just has a great profile in general. No. I can see a judge, really nice finish too. I can see a judge responding correctly to this.
Try this with that.
Oh, of course.
That's
because it has the roast character, right?
That's delicious. Erica strikes again.
Yeah, she is putting together really, really nice. Oh, and it's moist dough. Here. Here. That's gluten-free?
Yep.
What did she put in there that's not gluten that is evil? Is this...
So if you're
oh, so not, yeah, or vegan.
Yeah.
It's moist as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But here's the test. What is that cake? Lag Demon? This is a cheesecake brownie, gluten-free. Ooh. Oh. What a nice combo. Well, yeah, because we got to our roast character with chocolate malt, right? Jumping Jesus. Well, here, I'm going to, just one more of these. I got to do one more and then I got to wash.
Oh, one more?
Erica the Mad is in the mix right here. The Creatrix. Yeah. Not for a vegan. It doesn't, you know, that's a very frangible baked good. Yeah, I can't stay away.
Yeah, it's real good.
This is the ultimate combo.
Very happy to hear that.
Well, I mean, she can hear it right now.
Here right now.
She is in the mix.
How do you know? What? Okay, fine. Well, you're weird.
Jesus. This is fucked up, dude.
I don't know how you don't finish that.
It's happening right now. I thought I was a big enough man.
Nope.
That's got me feeling pensive. This got me thinking about life. Jesus, this is a really nice set here. This is a very nice combo these days.
Yeah, no kidding. Perfect mix.
Yeah, that's pretty mystical. That it ended up so nice.
Glad you like it.
Yeah, I don't know what vegan gluten-free cheesecake would even be. Wet cashews and sugar. Yes, one soaking ass wet cashew. Right on top. Wow.
Yeah, you're on your own for this episode. I'm just going to eat the rest of this.
No,
cake
hey,
and
listen,
not
it's
be able to
fine.
talk.
No, I got real vigor. As a result. Let's just turn on this functioning laptop, which we love to see. We love to see a laptop that works. We stand a working laptop, as they say.
I don't think Laura gets any of this. Sorry. Sorry, Laura.
Oh, yeah, she won't. No. Unfortunately, something is going to happen to it. I have been granted a limited prescience. And already the visions, I'm being overcome by dark visions of brownie consumption. And it's not me eating it. Like in the vision, I can't see who's eating it. But know this.
Someone.
Yeah, know this as some brigand, some ne'er-do-well, some highwayman is gonna. I love it. It's like before it was like the slice.
Yeah.
This is like the bargaining stage, isn't it? Like you had a slice, and then you're like, okay, well I'm gonna take a tiny slice, a smaller slice, and then you're like, well, is it really a slice if I take it from the end? Like you're slowly but surely negotiating with yourself. By the end, you will have no rules at all.
No.
Just right. It'll be like the Outback Steakhouse.
It's fucking Lord of the Flies at this point.
Yeah. You are going to do battle with this thing.
Yeah.
And you're going to fail, ultimately, or win. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're winning if you consume it entire, or if it has won.
I think it's a win-win.
Yeah. No, it's true. All right. Now, so it's time. Gathered throng. Don't worry, typical throng. Don't worry, Jerry was late as well. They drank beer and ate food. Yeah, you haven't missed much. I mean, the only thing, well, here, hold on a second. Who is it for? Is it for typical thrill? All right. Okay, I'm just going to have a little bit more, but only because of you.
Oh,
typical
and I get
thrill.
shit for having more cake. You're just drinking more beer.
Yeah, but so are you.
No, I'm not.
No, everybody's drinking.
No.
Everybody's drinking more beer. I gotta do what? I gotta log in.
His
Run
glass
your
isn't
battle
even
tech
empty
game
yet.
later.
Here, I was just gonna say, for your use, typical thrill, let me help. Oh.
Yeah, put the camera on him.
Yeah. Something's gonna happen to the baked goods. Is that what this one? Here. Oh, typical thrill. Look at this. Something crazy's coming out of this tap. Wonder what it is. Well, I got great news for you. It's the Bicentennial. Yeah. See, now let us take this opportunity to enfold you utterly into our mystery. Clues, thank you so much. This is the Bicentennial. It is something that we made for the 200th episode of the program. I remembered, and that's real information. Definitely don't go back earlier in this very stream to verify that. Just know that I was correct to begin with. Now, what's more, now, Jorash, if you could please send the video over to the recipe. So, take a look at this. The Bicentennial Ale has some novel configurations to it. First, it has the sort of hopping one might expect. We got IBUs, in the 66? That's pretty significant, right inside the range. But then you can see that the malt build, Pale Victory Special B, these are not uncommon inside this, but because this is a black IPA, it has roast character from the chocolate malt. But then the real pervert shit happens, and that's the addition of a farmhouse or saison yeast, which gives it a little bit more novel, wild character, esters that would be outside the purview of a typical IPA. And then somehow that combination of the roast character, the hopping, and that farmhouse ale yeast has, I mean, by rights, it's mostly a black IPA, but it has sort of juggled how you experience the different parts of the flavor character. It's really, really neat. Let's see. Hey, Eric and Jerry, this is from Nethesian. I love cider, but most of the time they are made so sweet that it's hard to drink more than one or two a night without my tum-tum hurt. Is this a feature of cider? Yes, American ciders.
Yeah.
Or is it a me problem? And how would you fix it if you were brewing a cider? Now, you having returned fairly recently from the UK, you had experience with ciders that are not in this sort of like scrumpy US apple syrup.
Yes and no. I mean, so
like a Strongbow, I think is pretty dry.
Yeah, you can definitely get dry ciders which aren't as sweet. Also, another thing that could be contributing to that might be the carbonation levels. I don't know if carbonation affects you.
Oh yeah.
But American ciders are super carbonated. It's some almost to the point of a soda, but so you can go for a more English style cider that is not as heavily carbonated. That's another way to.
Is it the same? Is it the same system? Like, are there cider temps like their ale temps?
You're getting temperature and carbonation.
Well, no. I'm switching over right now. Do they drink ciders at that sort of like, we would consider it much warmer than a U.S.
Called the cellaring temperature.
Yeah, exactly. But does that apply to ciders as well?
Sometimes.
Just anything that you
Sometimes,
drink from there.
yeah.
Anything that comes out of a tap.
Depends.
Yeah. All right. Well, so now you're completely caught up. You have all the information that you need. There was a cider called J.K. Scrumpy that came like in a 22-ounce bottle, and I really, really liked it at first just because I'd never had anything like it. But it was insane, like in terms of like how sweet it was. You couldn't really like. You had to have help finishing a bottle of it.
Oh, wow.
Because it was like, by the end of it. Yeah, exactly. Cloying is exactly the right word. But you do have to, you're going to have to experiment a little bit. But I think that if you see something that claims to be like an English style cider, you should definitely try it out. Because some of them, I mean, like a white wine, some of them have a very, very dry character that is probably going to clear out this particular issue. Ciders taste like a hot juice burp. Yes, especially these sweet ones, right? They're going to go to work down there. Now, so we do need new themes. We've never done a cider on here, have we?
Yeah, we have.
One?
Yeah.
Like back in the day?
Probably.
Wait.
Maybe?
No, we did mead.
We did mead.
I don't think we've done cider because it's literally just putting apple juice in a
Yeah, I mean,
bucket
I think that we have resisted ciders for that reason,
It's not complex.
right?
But I think one of the themes we can do is Seattle by Night.
Oh, that's
Since
true.
we can officially talk about it now, coming into your homes and into your cons.
Honestly, and that's actually really, really good. Because Seattle is such a beer place, it makes sense. Like, that's a reasonable Seattle by Night excursion would be into beers. And you know that it would work that way. I need to, maybe that'll be what I do on drives. I want to get completely caught up. Because I know that things ended, like that was one of those campaigns that ended exactly where I wanted it to start. Like, Jason is very, very good at doing this. And he built it up like, there wasn't like an apex and then a resolution, like it ended at the best place. So yes, Seattle by Night, we love it. We love this vibe. We can take it to the hoop. Now, Erica is saying that Ghostly loves him a cider, which I believe. Red ale's easy. Flanders red, there's a few different ways to get at red in cool ways, I think. All right, now, themes though. Cider is a war drink since non-edible apples can be used to brew it. True. And wild apples, true. I mean, wild apples are really odd tasting, but you can still make cider from them. No, that's true. I mean, think about like Johnny Appleseed, like this American legend, right? No, don't look too hard at it because there's some really weird parts of that story. Definitely don't look into it too hard. Just really emphasize the cider aspect and then maybe don't think so hard about the rest of it. You could make a beer that's about not being able to use a touch screen as a vampire. Yes, this is something that Jasmine likes to bring up.
Yeah, well, you know what? You can get a pen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just get the stylus.
Yeah, this isn't rough.
Get the glove.
Get a
No,
glove.
vampires.
There's like 9 million ways to bypass that bullshit.
This is the least
Yeah.
important problem a vampire has.
Yeah.
Oh, no, EMW, for the first time in 20 years, I have a homebrew Irish stout fermenting in the apartment. Perfect.
Ooh, nice.
That is exactly right. Lego. Oh, now it was H.P. Lovecraft's birthday a couple of days ago. If that gives you an inspiration, I mean, I can see that. I can see going cosmic with it. Oh, I mean, we won't be able to beat the name Cthulhu Flagon, but it's worth it to mess around.
I'm not doing a Baldur's Gate 3 beer because it's just all about fucking.
It's about it's bear
fucking.
bear
Bear fucker.
bearfucker.
Are you okay? Bear fucker.
Bearfucker.exe.
Yeah.
is the real name of the executable. The Hoster Toster. Oh, yeah. If you can get your mitts on the plums, I mean, we have neighbors with a plum tree, and they don't pluck them at all. They hate plums. They just happen to have plums in their yard. They want my children to handle it. Hold on, hang on a second. I'm gonna regret interacting.
What the hell is a sub-5 on a sex speed run? Like, I don't even, like, is that...
Sub-5? How the fuck? How are you getting to bone down in 5 minutes in that game? I mean, isn't that sort of like an end of Act 1 sort of situation? I mean, how the shit? Those have got to be hacks. They got to be hacks. But no, so I just want to make sure that I understand. You've been trying to quit drinking by way of smoking weed, but you whip out the Corona Sun Brews for these streams, non-alcoholic lol. But I really want to draw attention to the handle. The handle is butt fun 69, and
A+ handle, right?
I feel like we're not leaving a lot on the table with that one. I feel like we're putting our best, whatever it might be, forward. That name has dogged me since I made it 7 years ago. You promise you're not too weird. Well, the first thing that you told me when you met me was that you were quitting drinking for weed.
I think you did that.
So no, there's what? Porque no los dos.
Oh yeah, you never quit either.
So I'm just saying, obviously, welcome aboard. Typical throw. You know you can change that, right? I mean, but why?
Why would you?
Why would you?
Do you know how much that handle's worth?
Right now on the open market? 2023, that handles its top 5.
Yeah.
Big value.
Yeah.
Big value.
Yeah.
Here, all right, so we have Seattle by Night, H.P. Lovecraft, and Butt Fun is our third. No, it's not. Obvious. I'm not putting it in. I know exactly what these demons will do.
I don't know. Sex in 2.34 minutes, like that doesn't even.
I mean, that tracks, honestly.
That's not even pleasurable.
It's fine, actually. It's good.
All right, keep telling yourself that.
Listen, I can check some of my reviews on Yelp. Insatiable bone lust. I don't know about that. Yeah, I guess it could be. No, Pyrrell, I have not. Now, here, we got these two choices. We're going to split them up. Schwa. Choix in the original French. Yeah, Weizenbach, it's not clear to us.
Yeah, I mean, they put so much time into that game. It's like 250 plus hours of content. I don't know if sex is only a minute or if it's like a half an hour debacle.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, how accurate is it? Like, it could be a huge pain.
Yeah.
It could be a lot of inconvenience.
It's just, weird.
It is. Seattle by Lovecraft. I mean, I can see that too. Seattle by Night, World of Darkness. It is absolutely World of Darkness. In fact, it is an official show. Nephesian, if you are a fan of the WAD, as they sometimes say, you should definitely take full advantage of Seattle by Night, if for no other reason, so that you'll be caught up by the time the live game happens on Sunday at PAX West.
At 11:30.
At 11:30.
On the main stage.
On the main stage.
And then Voodoo Ranger Lounge.
Oh, at 6, right?
At 6 o'clock, Voodoo Ranger Lounge is hosting a meetup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And will there be anything delicious there at the Voodoo Ranger Lounge?
Yeah,
Perfect.
beers, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
More than one, as I recall.
Yep.
Oh, listen, Nephesian, you got to get some pants on there just to contain the product. Yeah, John Blee, there is a PAX West. Wow. He's crazy. All right, now it looks to me like it's going to be Seattle by Night. It's a great suggestion, and it's time. Now, I recall, of course, and certainly I have directed our designers to take full advantage of this.
How many times?
Probably 10.
Oh, okay. So it's in.
That's enough.
I mean, I hope. I'm saying it's time to bring back the PAX Prime branding.
I always had we always had a fantasy of making a "It will always be Prime to me" shirt.
Mm-hmm. What's that, Josh?
The designers can't make that call.
Oh, I know.
You can mention it to them all you want.
But they do create the lines, and they
make this thing that we decided we're changing it to. No, just change it back because I want to.
It's just for the vibes. I'm not saying change the name of the show permanently. I'm just saying reflect it as a vibe in the merchandise.
Maybe you could do it like a vintage shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Throwback jersey.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying. Just some kind of throwback thing for the old heads to make it happen. Now, Seattle by Night
Great.
is
Do we want
the
to
vibe.
do one of the characters' clans?
right. Or is it? Or are we trying to simulate, like, put something together? Because they really can't eat or drink.
Yes, they can.
A little, right?
You can spend.
a blood point, right?
and scarf that stuff down, my friend.
And digest.
You have to digest it, just kind of sit there until you run out of blood.
No, it's fine.
No, it's all in the system. You can have snacks, and then obviously, for the true Seattle by Night enthusiasts, you know that it's possible to put Taco Bell compounds in a centrifuge with blood and create a unique snack. So my suspicion is that Seattle by Night might be a little weirder, perhaps, than some of the other by Night products. That's my guess. No, it's true, Zwek. All right, now, so in terms of vibes, so this is a sub vibe. I mean, maybe you have the Nosferabru.
Well, yeah. What
Right.
was?
Betty's La Sombra.
Yep. And what's Mike?
The artist,
The artist one.
Tremere. Well, Tremere's like the wizards, though, right?
No, he was the crap. I don't know the name's called. He was the artist one.
Oh, Toreador.
That's right.
The rose, yeah. And you could put rose in the beer.
Yeah. Rose is a cool herb, actually. Mm-hmm.
Coffee stout, make it red by adding Marion berries.
That doesn't actually. It's a good idea. It's not
Like
doesn't-
visually.
Visually, it doesn't actually work.
Yeah. As soon as the SRE, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be dark, too dark to inflect. All right. So we have some vibes for the three that are returning. Toreador, La Sombra, and Nosferatu. All right. Cleanse. And I don't actually know anything about Luis's character yet.
Oh, I do.
Oh, do you? Yeah. You got it dialed in?
Oh, you're cooked.
He seems very cool.
Yes, he's a very nice guy.
He seems very
I
cool.
like him.
That's my read. And then I went to his like Twitter or his X or whatever the shit. And then I saw there's like a little like a bumper video of his stuff on CSI. And I was like, oh shit, maybe this is a famous person.
Okay, sure. He's just very nice.
Yeah, that's what he seemed. His vibe was good. So these are our unique energies. Toreador, this is like the artistic expression clan. No, Tremere are more like vampire wizards, as I recall. Might have been, but she's not. She's not in this. She's not in the new game. Oh, yes. We have to come up with something else to call you. But even BF69 sounds bad. Like it still sounds. I mean, I feel like the problems are pretty clear.
There's nothing explicit there.
Yeah, here. We will
what about fun butt? I've got a fun butt. Do you have a fun butt?
Yes. Here,
it's fun.
So we're gonna.
There you go. Look, it's Dave69.
Dave.
No,
all right.
Dave
Here, no, Dave69. We got you dialed in. Yes, you were talking that
fun
story.
Butt Dave69.
Yes. If anybody wants to see it, that story is called Cowboy Killers, I think.
Oh.
And it's an evil drink, invented by Midwestern psychopaths that involves squeezing a lemon into your eyes.
What?
Yeah, you take this shot and then you have like a rubber band around your head, and then you squeeze lemons into your eyes.
Is this real, or did you just make this shit up?
No. He might have made it up. I mean, listen, we have to consider that he might have made the whole thing up and it wasn't real. But I was like, listen, I'm down to clown for whatever. I'm like, what are you talking about? Cowboy Killers. I'm like, let's do it. So lemons in the eyes, and then you take, but that's before you take the shot. Then the next part is finding the shot because of the blindness.
Okay.
And then after you take the shot, then you pull the rubber band on your forehead and then you release it, and it snaps back like the kick of a shotgun. And
I seem to recall that you didn't do it hard enough the first time.
Couldn't you just take the shot? Like, why do you gotta do all the
I don't. Again, like I was just like, hey, he's in from out of town.
Yeah.
We're in the bar. He wants to engage in some ritual of his homeland. And I'm like, hey, sure, let's do these Cowboy Killers. Let's get it.
I'm gonna like make up something really dumb and say it's from my homeland of New York, and you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, it's the Albanian.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Eric cut right to the end of that particular process. Oh, Tobias, what a pleasure. All right, here. So they're looking for the Nosferabru, which of course I like because that is associated with my character in the game, Jameson Keene.
Yeah. Dave Buffon said that the rubber band portion.
Buffon?
Yeah, it's like Jimmy Buffett, right? Like buffet.
The Buffon.
Yeah.
You've found a way to do it that actually retains the fun energy.
Yeah.
But yes. So one of my favorite characters I've ever played, Jameson Keene, is a disgusting, vile. So Nosferatu in World of Darkness and Vampire the Masquerade lore are sort of like, they are like every one of these clans is like a specific bloodline, and those bloodlines have certain characteristics that are sort of carried through that vector. Yeah, and Nosferatu but they don't necessarily look monstrous.
No, but they have a physical change in their outward appearance.
But Nosferatu look gross. They look yucky. But his whole thing is that he like dresses himself to the nines and presents himself with the maximum level of friendliness, but is actually like a skulky subterranean monster IRL.
For that description, I like an Imperial Stout. I think that'd be fun.
Oh, yeah, big darkness, right? Imperial Stout is perfect for is perfect for Nosferatu. That's awesome. And we just cracked a really nice black IPA. That'd be hard to beat right away, I think. Anyway, I was going to say, yeah, and Defezian is right. If anyone who wants, Google White Wolf Wiki Nosferatu, and you're going to get all the information that you need about that. A typical thrill says, it sounds like this one needs to be stored in the haunted keg. 54?
No, God, no.
We're going to make it a sour.
No.
Put it in 54 and just stand back.
Buffon, what do you mean? Fuchsia sweatpants with mysterious stains must be the perfect. Why do you even know about my fuchsia sweatpants?
Everybody knows about them, Jerry.
Do they?
Yes. You told everybody everything.
It's not cool.
Everything. About your car ride, where you had to make an emergency stop. Everything, Jerry.
But why did they listen? They could have helped me out a lot.
You did it in public, Jerry.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And then there's the internet.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Anyway, here. So Imperial Stout, we love that as a vibe.
I like a rye IPA as well because it is an IPA that is bitter, but also spicy when you don't see it coming. So on the inside,
it is though. There's something hidden inside it. Mm-hmm. We like that a lot.
Every day.
We love rye.
I think those are two good ones that we can go with.
Yeah. Episode 1 of the series, like Acquisitions Incorporated Buffon. Yeah, it's 2008. Like that's how old it was when we started doing
PATV.
Oh, PATV, it's a million fucking years ago. Oh, it must have been a couple different video projects that came out around then. All right, here, so styles. So those are our cool styles. We got Imperial Stout for maximum powerful darkness.
Yep.
And they tend to, sneaky, mega hiding ability is all sort of baked in.
Yep.
The rye IPA has got that sneaky spice hidden within.
Oh, look. Hey, a moose. Cool.
I was literally looking for the moose. Yeah. I thought it was time.
Another
hit. No, it's well, now you have to eat 2 slices just to get the same high.
Yeah.
So Brenna and the kids, they got in the car and they left town today.
I think lucky, so lucky.
And
are they going to visit your second family?
Probably. It's time for them to come into the light. I don't think of them as a second family. I think of it as one big family that just hasn't had an opportunity to meet each other yet. So I'm sure she and Brenna will get along well.
Yeah, that's what David Koresh said too.
Yeah, exactly. Also firearms. But for me, what I would say is that like having the kids and Brenna as a structure around me is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And when she leaves,
the gloves come off, baby.
No, I wish that it was like, oh, now the cats will play.
Yeah.
It's like I need that structure to stay coherent. I can already feel it melting away. I can already feel all of the strictures of society boiling off into a syrup.
So we're going to get oysters, right? Yeah, cool.
Daily. See, this is the issue.
I know.
We're gonna found dark new rituals, and she's gonna come back, and I'm still gonna be doing them.
Yeah, you're just gonna be like Gollum in your office, just hoarding oyster shells.
Yeah, exactly. So juicy, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, the rye IPA. Listen, I think they're both good, but the rye IPA is gonna be more interesting as a beer project.
Okay. American.
Now you'll, if I know your process, you'll be looking into the ABV.
Nope, I'm looking into the SRM. Sorry.
Whoa!
No.
It's fucking crazy.
The ABV typically between 5.5 and 8 on these, because it's still an IPA, right?
Absolutely. Now, listen, if I'm going to the store and buying a beer, that's one thing. In terms of what we can make in here and its ABV, there's no rules.
No. So, but how does this apply to your Nosferabru character?
Right here. So if we're talking about the rye IPA. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would say that he has a very tart, piquant personality.
Okay.
He is one of the most ridiculous characters I have ever made up. And the crazy thing about it is that Jason Carl just completely ran with it. So the funny part is that he has an NPC that is already sort of like Jameson Keen. And so when the two of these pretend people get together, I've never experienced this in a game. When the two of these pretend people get together, they're just like showing each other their word collections. Like, I have never seen anything like it. So I think that is there's a range, but there's also very dark moments in that series too. So I think in terms of ABV, this is like the real power and vigor. It's only a question of when we arrive at this and when we approach it. So 5.5 I think is the base. Mm-hmm. I think that we go for a 7 after that, and we go for 8, and that's our range. But I think that this is just I think this is like the intensity of the personality.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going to meet him at different times. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, it's going to be the 8. It's vivacious. It's big, but he is also quite capable of subterfuge as well. He's one of my favorite characters. Like, I never thought I'd have a chance to play that character again. I'm super excited. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, it's sort of an acidic aspect. So typical Thrill, he is intensely self-conscious about his looks, which is why he plays the personality up so much, right? Because he is from an era where he would dress like that and look amazing, and that was, think of it like a Rat Pack, sort of like 50s, 60s energy, like social mover and shaker type character, but now immortal, of course, but stripped of the thing that allows him to make these friendships and relationships. Oh, Jax, thank you so much for the sorb. After Lanterns, yeah, at PAX West, we are going to be continuing our Seattle by Night Chronicle. So this would be a great opportunity to get back into the archive and do a watch if you didn't grab it the first time. Yes, Times, exactly right. Removed from his context, but he only has one way that he knows how to be. Well, I mean, I'll be joining you in that after Lanterns because I want to make sure that I'm able to execute Jameson to the 9s. Okay. But no, the girls were supposed to go earlier, but they would have had to drive through 2 fires to get to a 3rd fire. And yeah, exactly. By the 3rd fire, you're done with it. But we actually got the preview last time we drove over there that police had completely stopped I-90 just because, like they were doing a controlled burn on a farm, and then it became an uncontrolled burn very quickly. All right, 8%. So this is mega vivacious. But what I like about it is that it's vivacious, but like in this context, there's also a toxicity to that level of energy. All right, now let's talk about SRM. For a rye IPA, what do you think?
SRM is between 6 and 14.
Really? Mm-hmm. Mild to moderate flavor. 6. Oh, perfect. It's all by force. Mm-hmm. Oh, just in terms of like the 3 distinctions.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 6, 10. Let's see what we're looking at for here. 6, sure. Mm-hmm. 10, I guess, is sort of covered up by the thing. But, I mean, you know what it is. How would you describe 10, Josh?
How would I describe it? Orange?
It's a golden.
Orange. Yeah. Golden richness in the middle. You know what? Here's how I'll describe 10. It's halfway between 6 and 14.
Oh, good call. It's a little bit
lighter
more
than
amber.
11.
Yeah.
A little darker than 9.
A little darker. A little darker. Buffon, I'm not going to hear any slander about my friend Eric's desktop.
This isn't even mine. This is the company's top.
Well,
I'm not going to hear any
I
slander.
had it cleared off, and then
I don't know where the fuck this shit came
things
from.
ended up on there. Lots of things.
I don't know what. Oh lordy, XML or oh, these are just.
It just. I call.
There's like 2 Microsoft Edges on here.
It's
How
edgy.
uses Microsoft Edge, honestly.
Yeah, I use it.
Everybody
Garbage.
uses it.
No, I had
I
to.
use fucking 3 browsers.
Yeah.
I actually had to start using it for some reason. I used Chrome for years. For some reason, Chrome, like hard locks my computer. Like the browser, the fucking browser, was like hard locking it, like worse than Cyberpunk
I'm sorry, Bing is just. I can't.
or The
use it.
Witcher. Well, no,
Can't use.
No,
Bing.
I don't search on there. Fuck that shit.
Oh no, gotta switch that to Google right away. No, for me it's just the browser, and it's based on the same shit anyway.
They're basically all the same exact browser.
No, it's just Bing is
Firefox used to
annoying.
be
Well, you
good,
wanna
but it's
jump in
gotten
and say,
It's,
hey, you
it's
wanna
like
Bing?
when TikTok
Fucking
started, and all
chuggy.
you could see were TikTok advertisement videos, and I just won't use TikTok because of that.
Oh yeah, and that's fine because they were coming in. They were pushing it pretty hard. You're
It
seeing
was
TikTok ads
annoying
on
as
other
shit.
social media.
I've seen a lot of ads for on YouTube.
YubTub,
Called packs. I don't know.
Porks.
Yeah. First time I've seen ads for that on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah, Brandish. I absolutely remember when Chrome was supposed to be the really small. It didn't have any of the rest of the stuff you didn't need to browse the web. It was very small, and now it's a battering ram.
It just takes all your data and gives it to Google.
All right, now 14. So we're looking for the darker, richer
Ooh, okay.
color inside this mix. 14 CERM.
So the bitterness is between 50 and 75 typically, because it's an IPA.
Yeah, exactly. Now, unfortunately, I know exactly what this is.
Is it? What is it?
Yeah. So it's 50, and then 75 is at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go for 60,
What does that represent canonically?
it's bad.
I'm sure, but you have a description for why?
Yeah. So he's quite cloying. He's like, imagine like a hideous monster that just believes the best.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Right? So this is like the level of twisted, borderline scary optimism. So 50 is right down at the bottom. He's chilled out, he's sated, maybe a recent meal. But 75 up north, that's that grotesque need, desire to be liked, even though his shell is difficult to continuously look at. Oh, Buffon, there's no question. Black Remnant is absolutely on its way. Upon black wings does it fly. You're looking at 2:30 this afternoon. We're heading into Federated Suns
I don't know where you're headed.
space, it
You've got
sounds
some
like right
shit
now.
that happened last time.
Yeah, I got into a fight with my pilot. It was a problem. Yes, sweet boy in a bitter shell. This Nethesian, this is very, very well done. Very well done. I love this. Yeah, turning your face inside out is very Nosferabru, unfortunately. That's how it works.
True.
But no, and I can't tell you enough. I'm very pleased to say that you have come to rest, channel, more or less in the 50 region. That is the least cloying, least desperate version of the character. And I think that's going to make it very potable indeed. So let's go ahead and keep that 50 there at the base. All right, all of my notes are in. I can't forget them, even if I have a little more.
was such a big hit.
Yeah, it really came out crazy there, didn't it? We'll let that rest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
Do we want to use pale malt for your pale skin?
I mean, pale, honestly, like usually pale, you got to kind of work hard to figure out how that's going to be the angle. But pale for the vampire beer is kind of good.
Or do we want to use Maris Otter, which is going to be a little more bready, biscuity, and as your character likes to use words.
Oh, florid.
Yeah.
Biscuity, rich, redolent. There you go. Albino hops. Yeah, that's the hop that's like underneath the leaves.
Underneath your leaf.
Silken. So good, Jesus. Bicentennial is where it's at. Yeah, neglected hops only, the deep hop. Okay. You know, I think they can't fight pale. You know what I mean? I think that they can't, like, as much as they like to make trouble, I think that for the vampire beer, I think pale malt is what they want, which is honestly kind of cool if what's happening on top of that is rye. Or if rye is really the voice in there, I mean, that's good. But anyway, it's a pale malt for the base.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to choose how much rye we want to put in. Typically,
Yes.
it's between 10 and 20%.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we'll go with 10. Yes, I think this is intensity. This is the personality intensity.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're saying is 25%. No, it's different, and it's so. It really is wild.
Yeah, take a bite.
Yeah. I mean, because the rye malt is just alien. It doesn't. I mean, has this been dehusked, or does it just have a very tight grain?
Yeah, tight grain.
Because it basically, like, when you bring a chew down on it, compared to the pale.
They remind me of the anise seeds that you would have on pizza sometimes.
Totally.
Yeah. They get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pale malt is like a crunch. Like your tooth just goes right through it. It wants to be eaten and brewed. And rye malt, much slighter in terms of the seed, much thinner. A little more of an aquarium gravel crunch. But it does have that unmistakable, like almost earthy spice type back. That's really, really different from the rest of these, like in an obvious way. No, they want the big personality. They want the 20% rye. They want rye, goddammit. And they won't be denied. So we got pale and a grip of rye. You know, Buffon, the funny thing about it is that no, the chat very rarely doesn't make, like, sometimes they'll do things for the meme, but it's about numbers or the name of something. When it comes to the stuff that actually matters in terms of like flavor profile, typically they're quite circumspect. Even though you'd expect them to just troll it, this chat actually wants to make good stuff.
Has chat ever made a bad, like?
No.
Like we've screwed
It's
up
never happened
before, but
it's never happened.
yeah.
It's always been good.
We can either do no, and this is just as is, just pale and rye.
Pale and 20% rye. Yep.
We can put some caramel in there with crystal malt.
Yeah.
And we can also put victory malt in there and make it a little toasty. Or make it a little toasty.
Or no. So again, this is just if you want to emphasize one of these piquant characters. If you think that going 20% rye is the statement, that's a very good statement. Like and honestly, it's kind of cool because it's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like compared to a lot of the stuff that we get up to, like just for example, like Bicentennial has 4 malts. And it's very good as a result.
Mm-hmm.
But this kind of brightness with the spice could be really neat. Oh, see, yeah. So Ghost is going over to get a grip off camera.
I really like this one.
It's kick ass, dude. Good. You got to bring some home for Erica.
Yeah, I don't normally like beer that much. This is very nice.
This one is special. It is doing like you are not going to find that on the retail shelf. No. It is fucking around with it too much, right? Okay, so what are we looking at here? A little toasty. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's because I used the word bite.
Yeah.
But it is basically like.
Yeah, the beer judges wouldn't like this. It doesn't fit their little category.
Yeah, exactly. Assholes. You pieces of shit. I mean, let me give you the hint.
But like, this tastes really, really good.
It's its own world. If you want to get their awards, you have to address them the way they want to be spoken to. It's fine. Oh, that is nice.
I know. It's like
I didn't
victory
know.
In your mouth.
Yeah, but I didn't. Yeah, if you will, for lack of a better term. No, the little. It's like a real toast character. But it's quite strong.
Yeah.
It's basically like a hyper toasted version of the caramel taste. Mm-hmm. God, that's nice. Man, that's gonna be really good in there. Okay, let's get it. Oh, with the rye and the oof, that's a really good choice. Because the rye is gonna give it the spice. That's gonna be like the sweet toast bite. Oof. It's gonna chomp. It's gonna get on your carotid artery. What's that?
ABV.
The ABV. Is 8. So keep clicking, I guess.
Yep.
Keep clicking until that number is high.
Okay.
All right.
What flavors of hops do we want to use?
Now, this is where things get a little crazier. Now, what are we thinking about in terms of hops, in terms of flavor profiles? Allies.
I mean, there's a ton of different flavors. There's fruity, stone fruit, tropical fruit, citrus, tobacco.
Oh, God. You know what, though?
Cedar.
Tobacco is cool,
grassy,
but
spicy, herbal.
But, I mean, which one of these is dank? Right? Because you and I both know what we mean. Like, there's like dank hop IPAs.
Yep.
I just wonder what they would consider that flavor. Right? Because this really is a creature of the moist.
Yeah, earthy, piney.
Yeah, the moist, deep places of the earth.
Smells like weed.
Right? I think that is not.
Here's mosaic hops, which is floral, tropical, fruity, and earthy.
Yep. Now that is going to flip the dank switches, I think. Floral, fruity, earthy, that's going to be an expansive, like mildew, but like good mildew.
Good mildew, in a good way.
Strata? I don't know what it is. I haven't used Strata.
You could do a first gold, which is spicy and orangey.
Ooh.
A little bit of marmalade.
Yeah. A little spice, a little sweet citrus. That beneficial black mold. Exactly right. Yeah, that note is 2 real times. What are you thinking? Got a tasty flavor in here.
God, you fucking.
Oh, now you're talking.
Fuggles, woody,
Fuggles
earthy,
is dank for real.
and vegetal.
Right, so vegetal. What are the other notes?
Woody and earthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There is some nice. So remember, think about the rest of it, right? Pale with the spicy, earthy rye character at 20%, and then victory for like a sweet, like a mild, sweet, toasty character. Then think about these dank-ass hops and which one of them is going to speak to that, the rest of those guts. For my mind, especially the earthy nature of the earthy, spicy nature of the rye malt. Any one of these, I think, recommend themselves. No, we don't. We're not trying to drink any mold.
No. Technically, yes, you are.
No. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, right? That lactobacillus.
Some mold water.
Yeah. The mold really. What happens is that we make something that the mold really likes to drink.
God, you're like a psychic vampire.
It's
an energy
real.
Vampire, Josh.
It's real.
Suck all the fun out of drinking beer.
What's not fun about mold?
What's fun about potable mold?
Oh, okay, Colin.
Here, now, Fuggles.
At least it's not kombucha. It's straight up mold. Oh, I had another one that you guys got to make. Maybe in a couple weeks or something. It takes 5 days to brew. It's like kombucha, but it's...
He is our Colin.
Tepache.
Yeah? What is it, another sort of like bacterial yeast colony type thing?
Yeah, it takes 5 days. It's an alcoholic fruit thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We would just make that in a glass vessel here.
It'd be cool to make on the show.
What, you could absolutely make it 100% during the show.
Have it next week, yeah.
On here.
Yeah, I've seen that around a lot lately. A lot of the woo girls are drinking it all.
Really?
Oh yeah. When we were at whatchamacallit, a set of woo girls came by and they just had
pineapple mold.
Yeah.
You can make it out of other things, but you put like the rind in there.
No shit. Oh, because the fermentation phase is so small.
No, it's like a White Claw.
Yeah, basically, right? Yeah. But I'm saying, if you get the stuff, we could put that right in here. As long as we had one of our sterile glass vessels, we could fill that bad boy up and get hog wild. Yeah. And no malt in that.
Make believe like we're in college again.
Well, I mean, I had never been there, but so we want the Fuggles. Cool. I've never been there to begin with.
Yeah.
And so this will be my first time going to college.
Good.
But yeah, Buffon, y'all got me craving mold.
What was our IBU? 50?
The EBU is 50.
Okay.
Oh man, this is all very good. Every part of this recipe is great.
So I think actually a American Ale 2 yeast would be great because it's going to be clean, but a little bit more tart and more fruity, so it'll emphasize the dankness that you want.
It will, right there in the body of the drink.
Or the British Ale 2, which is going to be more malty and clean.
Oh, for the body.
Yeah.
Ooh, God, that's actually really tough. I think that one's rough. %1 alcohol. Not on my watch. Yeah. The opposite.
What? Oh. No. Everclear is 150%.
It's pure poison.
Yeah, it's pure fucking grain alcohol.
It's deadly.
Yeah.
One of the fun things used to be down back home. Get a watermelon.
Down back home?
Down back home. Yeah, we're going to get everybody fucked up and sent to the hospital with some Everclear and watermelon.
Uh-huh. The Spody thing? Yeah.
Down back
Yes.
home.
I have seen the dark effects
Everybody dips their head in my bathtub.
of this demon fruit.
Yup.
Tapachi, I've made it for my kids. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Mild. So it's bubbling on that pineapple.
Wait, Dr. Brad's getting his kids drunk?
Well, no, the Dr. Brad is saying that
A little drunk.
the Tapache is like a 1%.
It's not nothing.
Well, I mean, in France, they stay crazy.
I mean, listen,
People are
for a
fucking
doctor-
over the top about this shit.
Yeah.
Just like I was having like those little
I would think a
candies that
doctor
have
would
like
know.
a tiny bit of alcohol in them.
I expect more from you, Dr. Brad. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you can't give those to your kids. Bullshit. It's got fucking barely anything in there. Grow the fuck up. What's that gonna do to your kid? Nothing. I had cans of beer when I was a kid.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Fine.
Not great.
Yeah.
It's fine. It
I mean,
doesn't
that's not
fucking matter.
what you want to be bragging about right now.
Here,
I
British Ale
had
too.
cans of beer with my dad while he was driving
I
down
did
the
lines of
fucking
cocaine
road.
with my
I
dad.
hated it.
I
I
turned
did
out
not
fine.
want to be drinking it.
No, you know
But
how
I
it
had
is, dude.
to.
I know exactly what you mean. It's just like it's so cool. Everybody thinks it's so funny when you like get a sip.
No, it was not cool.
Oh.
I just had to do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! We're
He
actually
was
learning a lot
drinking
today.
beer, and he would make me drink the beer while we drove down the road.
Holy
you know,
shit.
cool, super cool stuff.
I don't think that is
I don't
cool,
know.
Josh.
Yeah.
I want to send a message back to young Josh today, a message of love and hope.
Yeah,
now,
no.
so we did
That
we
guy's
did
dead.
we did the yes, exactly, same. Dead Dad Club. So, what I want to say is that it is time now to manufacture a naming convention around this Nosferatu-themed beer for the Seattle by Night game, which, of course, is on the Sunday of PAX, 11:30, in the main theater. Now, of course, if your thirst is not slaked by that program, you are, of course, welcome to come meet us in the Voodoo Ranger Lounge at 6 for a hang afterward. Nosferabru.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Hey.
I don't know. Grave Steaks is pretty good. Hemagoblet. Nice.
Shit, dude, they are on it today. That's too good. That's quite good. Grave Steaks, Nosferatu. Nerd.
I like that Vampire IPA.
Yeah. Oh, Vampire.
Yeah. Loquacious Libation. Nice. Dr. Brad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a winner. Anticoagulant. Oof. Which I think alcohol is.
Yeah.
Right? Thank
A Vampire Brooklyn. Nice.
Brooklyn.
Eddie Murphy coming in.
Thought about that movie.
Oh, Jameson? Yeah, exactly. Can't stop coughing. Fun mold drinker. Yeah, you're gonna fit in just fine around here, Buffon.
Van Gogh. Yeah.
Jameson Irish whiskey. Seattle. I like it. Mold and pure.
Damn.
Dorks. These nerds. All right. Oh.
Brave New World. Nice. Rye Ferratu.
All right. Something. All right, here. Listen, we've got great products here. I'm excited to share them with all of you. Obfuscate. I mean, I get it. I see what you're doing. All right, now take a look.
Ooh, that's
There's quite a robust selection. Hemogoblet, very good. Nosferabru, very good. Anticoagulant, I mean, good and also, accurate. Fang Chung tonight. I mean, Fang Chung tonight, basically. Long story short. Man, Nosferabru running away with it. Woof. I mean, I'm shocked. I think that it's good. I mean, I put it in the list for a reason, obviously, right? But Hemogoblet is like, it's really, but it's not up to us. I mean, they're the ones that decide, right? These wicked teens, this is what they engage in, frankly. And it's twisted. It's twisted.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah, it'll be spelled this way. Nosferabru. Yes, it's good. Now, God, I mean, everything I did to lift Hemogoblet high, to elevate Hemogoblet,
Some of those scales.
couldn't do it. They're not letting me have it. Oh, it's entirely possible, but this is better. Now, maybe, yeah, okay, there we go. Now, Mammal Sounds, listen, you have, in the manner of Solomon, you have sliced this baby in half.
Nice. Wow.
I don't know if baby slicing is against the TOS. Because I have a baby right here. No, I don't have a baby.
We're going to slice it.
I have babies, but I'm not going to slice them and they're not here. Yeah, but Mammal Sounds has said, hey, maybe you serve the Nosferabru in a Hemogoblet, and that there's a lot to like.
Yep.
There's a lot to like there. All right. Now, oh yeah, there we go. That's the series name. Perfect. All right, now, listen up, you wicked beasts. All right, I'm only going to tell you this once. Not long from now, indeed less than an hour, at 2:30, our stream will resume, and you will find our studio quite changed in the interim period. Yes, you will find it transformed into a place of interstellar war. Black Remnant, it's back. BattleTech, getting in it. Our friend Kiko going to join me and Eric right here in this room. We're going to be continuing our
saga,
our action adventure roguelite, Black Remnant. Super excited to have this back up. Hope that we will see you all there. But yes, just about an hour, 2:30. I'll remind everybody on the tweeter. But until then, I'm going to seize the machinery of the universe and send it to the left.